bonjour. Hello, how are you guys? Bonjour, c'est Coach Jeanine avec Coach Tisha. Cet après-midi encore, nous venons pour vous dire bonjour, bonsoir, karibu. We definitely glad today. On est vraiment dans la joie aujourd'hui. C'est le troisième jour avec Kwanzaa. Nous sommes en train de célébrer aujourd'hui. Bienvenue, Coach Tisha.
Hello and welcome back everyone to our Pep Talk Live Kwanzaa edition, where our special guest star for this entire week of Kwanzaa, which is December 26th through January 1st, is Coach Jeanine Bunzigiye. We are so happy to have you back here. Thank you for bringing your global audience with you as we celebrate the third principle of Kwanzaa.
Yes,
That's
I think
exciting.
we're going strong, going strong. I received so many feedback the day after and yesterday, today. So definitely people are watching and they're learning. So I'm glad that everybody, they're learning and they really on the journey with us for the celebration.
Oh my Lord. Thank you. We see some comments coming in and so happy to have a global
Oh,
audience with us today.
yes, Dr. Tammy.
Hello, Queen. Glad that you're joining us. Hello, Queen Elizabeth over
Hey,
there in Virginia.
Elizabeth.
So glad that you are here and so glad that we're here to celebrate the third day in Kwanzaa. And I'll go ahead and put that up on the screen. This is one of my favorite principles of Kwanzaa, and definitely happy to talk about it in depth today with you, Coach. So, how about you get us started with the conversation about today's principle, Ujima, and I'm going to run some information across the screen for others to enjoy. Okay?
Absolutely. So aujourd'hui, nous allons commencer avec Ujima aujourd'hui, ça signifie juste la responsabilité. Et la responsabilité, c'est Ujima, c'est vraiment des leaders. Et nous savons que chacun de vous sont vraiment des leaders. Chaque personne qui se connecte aujourd'hui à Kwanzaa est leader. So, nous sommes là en train de parler de ça aujourd'hui. Et nous allons continuer à parler de pourquoi nous parlons de ça, parce que dans la communauté, tu dois être là disponible pour aider les gens et aussi soutenir les uns les autres. C'est pour ça qu'aujourd'hui, nous parlons de Ujima, nous parlons de Wajibu. C'est vraiment important. So, thank you so much, Coach Tisha.
I am personally loving the French English thing that we have going on this week. That is,
Yes.
I've seen this happen on your shows repeatedly,
Mhm.
and
Yes.
it's really nice to bring that talent and gift here to the Global Pep Squad. So I appreciate you making sure that we're all that we're all understanding the same message around the world. I'll give a recap to those
Mhm.
who are watching along with us and who'll see this on Team Replay. The first principle of Kwanzaa, and I don't want to confuse these, so I'll just have it run across the bottom, is unity or umoja.
Mhm.
And it's then they cascade from there. They build upon one another. So you always got to mention the things that came before. It's kind of like
Right.
ancestry. You acknowledge
Mhm.
the things that came before. The second principle of Kwanzaa, kujichagulia.
Kujichagulia. You close.
Kujichagulia. The
Yes.
pronunciation matters,
It
right?
matters. Yes. Yeah.
It matters, and that means self-determination.
Yes.
And today we are speaking on Ujima,
Ujima. Yes.
collective work and responsibility. We are also speaking, in relation to individuals and families and community, we're also speaking to the larger business community around the world through
Right.
this show as well. And
Mhm.
I think this topic and tomorrow's principle really touch on business and commerce. And
Right.
so, can you give us some insight into your experience with this particular theme of
Mhm.
Ujima?
Yes. So with Ujima, the reason why I really think it's a very good topic today we can talk about, because that's really what Coach Tisha and I share really it's responsibility about really supporting others, empowering others, bringing everybody up at the same time, lifting everybody up. That's really responsibility. You have to be really mindful of that and conscious about that. That's my responsibility. And I remember really running a program. Actually, it was a women leadership program that I started back in Vermont. It was a Daughters of Africa, and that's
Mhm.
what we were doing, activity after activity about responsibility. You are your sister keeper, but also in the business, that was another thing too. We were doing really going around the table, going and really getting to know and learn about the vision of others and missions of each other. That was really tremendous, and to supporting one another, and that even birthed out a monthly retreat that we started doing responsibility. So to me, Ujima, it's very, very personal to me because that's something I take very serious. And all my partners knows about how I'm very, especially when you are in my circle, you already know that I'm here to support you, to promote you and empower you. And that's really Ujima. And that's how I've seen that in my household, in the community that was growing up. That was really practiced every single day, Ujima.
Mm, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, a lot of this we talk about the larger global community, and the reality is that Kwanzaa, the central place for it is in the home, and then
Right.
we branch out from there,
That's
right?
right.
So each day we're trying to provide some information about symbols and
Mm-hmm.
meanings and greetings and ways to celebrate and how we decorate our homes to prepare for the celebration. So I wanted to bring a few things by, and maybe you can tell us what they are. All right.
Sure,
So
sure. But even before that, Coach Tisha, can we just asking our viewer, do they even remember what we yesterday? Some of the greetings that we sent Friday. Anybody remember?
Hmm. We want to know, were you
You
paying
wanna know?
attention?
Yeah.
Dr. Geneva, thank you for being here and thank you for your
Oh,
greeting, Queen. We
thank you.
appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We have Mary Wells tuning in from Cleveland, Ohio. Ohio. She is definitely in the community that is supporting and uplifting
Yeah.
others, seeing the
Mm-hmm.
bigger picture and leading with service.
Yes.
So we're happy about that. And so I will reiterate what Coach Jeanine asked. We
Mm-hmm.
want to make sure that we're learning along the way and not just talking for the sake of talking. We want to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that we are transferring knowledge in doing this. And so, greetings. Yesterday we gave three particular greetings. There was a way to say welcome,
Yes.
was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
There was a way to say, let's pull together.
Right.
And there was a way to simply say something like, what's good? What
Mm-hmm.
about today can we talk about? And so if you remember those Swahili words, that's what we
Mm-hmm.
want you to put in the comments today. So we'll make sure that we go back and touch on that, Coach Jeanine. That was a great
Right.
question.
Yes. Absolutely.
Appreciate you asking about it. Do you want to fill our global audience in on what we've been talking about?
Yes. So, moi et coach Tisha, on était juste en train de vous poser des questions pour demander. Hier, on avait donné trois significations de salutation en France, en Swahili, et on voulait juste savoir si vous vous rappelez, parce qu'on n'aimerait pas seulement parler, mais aussi avoir une conversation et voir si vous avez retenu, si vous vous rappelez des mots, parce que c'est important dans le Swahili. Nous voulons juste savoir, parce qu'il y avait trois noms que hier on a parlé, comment est-ce que vous pouvez saluer vos prochains, votre famille, vos amis. Alors, on voulait juste demander si vous vous rappelez et si vous vous rappelez, si vous pouvez écrire ça dans le chat, comme ça nous pouvons voir réellement si vous étiez avec nous, vous avez compris aussi et vous rappelez de ce trois mots en Swahili.
Wonderful. Dr. Geneva came in with one of those greetings. She
Oh,
says, Harambe.
he did. Yes, he remember that. Thank
Yes.
you, Dr. Geneva.
And that is a cheer, a shout. It's kind of like when I ask the global pep squad to support someone, I ask them, will you give a mighty whoop whoop? And Harambe reminds me of that. It's how do we band together? How do we pull together? How do we lift our voice in unison and
Yes.
as a collective? And Dr. Geneva, you got that right. She also says, what's the word of
Mm.
the day? Habari
Yeah,
Gani.
Habari Gani. Yes.
And then our response to Habari
Mm-hmm.
Gani is
Mm-hmm.
the principle of the day in Kwanzaa, which today
Mm-hmm.
is Ujima. So
Yes.
thank you, thank you, thank you. We have
Oh,
Rolanda
she's
Stevens
been paying
Stewart.
attention. Yes.
Yes, and well, she practices it. She follows the principles of it, right? And
Yes.
so, as just like the leader she is, she leads by example and shows us the way. We have Rolanda here from Pittsburgh, PA. Just want to say
Hello,
hello to
Yolanda.
her there. Okay, I I do want to. I'm excited because I think it's important to show visuals, right?
Yes.
We're not throwing up videos or anything. We're showing real life things of what are used in our Kwanzaa celebrations here. And so I want to just show a few things and I'll ask you to speak to what they are and what they mean. What is
So
this?
yesterday, guys, remember we talked about the color red, and that's another. So definitely, we want us to remember. Does anybody remember what we talked about yesterday? We talked about all those three colors. Again,
Mhm,
we want you guys to participate with us, so that would be awesome. So you can definitely, give us a thumbs up or remind us in the chat.
mhm.
Those three colors. Anybody remember the meaning of that?
Hmm. Let us know. Let us know. The the red and
Mm-hmm.
the cup have a
Yes,
joint significance.
very, very
During
much.
the celebration. And if
Mhm.
you are out there and you are celebrating, we want to hear what you know these items to mean. So please be sure to chime in and we can come back to them. I do want to show some other things and we'll define what they are if we don't
Right.
see them in the comments. But Dr. Geneva did come through with the three colors
Ooh,
of Kwanzaa. They are
yeah,
red, black, and
thank
green.
you.
And each one of those, thank you, Dr. G, each one of those have a very specific intentional meaning.
Yes.
We are not to change the meaning or interpret it any other way than what it's meant to be. And if you remember what those colors symbolize, then please let us know. So Mary Well says red symbolizes the shed blood, right? Green
Yes.
symbolizes the land or the earth, and black is the people.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Got
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Geneva and Mary. And I'm going to tell to our French viewers, on voulait juste vous rappeler que ces trois couleurs signifient le sang, c'est le rouge, le noir, c'est parce qu'on est des Africains, on est de noir, et puis cette couleur verte signifie la terre. Donc, si vous vous rappelez bien, hier, on a parlé de ça et c'était vraiment important de savoir si vous connaissez les significations. Mais si vous ne connaissez pas aujourd'hui, prenez note, écrivez parce que c'est important que vous puissiez vous rappeler. Même l'année prochaine, lorsque vous allez célébrer, vous saurez c'est quoi les significations de ces trois couleurs que nous célébrons dans Kwanzaa.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, next up is the lighting of candles is represented across different holidays and religions, and you can tell this is a well used candle holder.
Yeah,
We-
yeah,
so this is what our family used last year. I didn't want
yeah.
to bring up the other from this year, but Coach Janine,
Wow.
black candle would be in the
Mhm.
middle,
Yes,
lit on the first day of Kwanzaa,
right.
followed by three red candles to
Mm-hmm.
one side,
Right.
three green to the other side, and you alternate the colors, and they have very specific orders that
Mm-hmm.
they come in. So
Wow,
you see the colors of the candles are the exact colors of Kwanzaa,
that's
and I,
true.
I have a. Can you do you know the names? Did anyone in the audience know the names of the candle holder in Swahili?
Yeah, we would
And
love to hear that.
uh-huh. And the name of this in
Mm-hmm.
Swahili. We'd love for you to tell us
We
what,
would love us
what
to
you
tell
know
us.
them to be.
Please.
I have a tip for anyone who's celebrating Kwanzaa with those candles. What we have learned over the years is to get multiple black candles and make them
Mm-hmm.
longer than the other candles if you can, because you'll be burning the black candle the longest throughout the
Mm-hmm.
celebration, and it can burn quickly, and you
Mm-hmm.
want to make it last.
That's true.
So,
That's true. Yes.
yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I want to talk about actually Ujima now,
Mm-hmm.
and what this means, because Coach Jeanine, we live in a world where it's do you do you, I'll do me,
Mm-hmm.
your problems, don't bring them to my doorstep.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have time to help you figure out your problems because I got problems of my own.
Right.
But that is so against the principle of Ujima,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. Yes.
When we celebrate oneness,
Mm-hmm.
togetherness, that's what Kwanzaa is. It's the celebration of culture, community, family. There must be a demonstration and activation of our oneness, our togetherness. And this particular principle speaks to me and to us in our home, in our neighborhoods,
Mm-hmm.
in our workplaces, in our industries, and in our virtual social networks as well, where we must own our achievements together through working in a collective way, taking
That's right.
responsibility for one another.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where my sister's keeper is true. My
That's
brother's
right.
keeper is true.
Yes. And to me, and that's really what I really grew up in, under the household where I've seen my mother and my grandmother doing that in the community, where they were taking on all these women and men, really training them and making sure that they really being supported and the voice being heard. So they were going like door to door and really making sure that the women are okay. And even they were placing them in a different setting so they can learn and be able to give them the environment of support. So that's really the sense of responsibility. And I've seen that, every single day they were doing that. And that's how I really see the best way to support your community and even your business. Because when you win, I win. It's a win-win situation. And to me, when I'm going up along with you guys, that's really the philosophy that I really grew up in. And that's, to me, that's a true sense of leadership, authentic leadership. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love what you said about going door to door. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is the time in the season, and I
Yes.
gotta just put some comments up here. So yes, the Kanara is the candle holder.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. And let's see, we have Charles who's come back from Georgia with a good afternoon. We're glad that you
Oh,
came back, Charles.
yeah.
Appreciate
Hey,
you.
Charles.
The unity cup is what we use for libations. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It
Absolutely.
is reminiscent to me of when you take the Lord's Supper or communion, but it is different. It has a different meaning.
Mm-hmm.
When you are enjoying your libations as a group, as a family, as a community, you're
Right.
remembering who you came from.
That's right.
Those that came long before you.
Yeah, the
And
sacrifice and everything.
absolutely. So thank you, Dr. Geneva, for those points. You're absolutely correct. And
Mm-hmm.
I would love to know, when we're talking about where do we purchase items to really celebrate Kwanzaa from? Do you have any tips or pointer on that, Coach Janine? Where do you get your celebration materials from?
I usually, yeah, now these days you can get, really anything online on Amazon or different places. But I think I know this lady from Boston that she really have an African store where she definitely makes sure that everybody has enough on the celebration material. So I really usually purchase through her, and many of the friends that I know, they also purchase through her. So definitely there's still some stores that you can be able to purchase, and also online you can be able to purchase.
Yes. During this time of year, our family makes a recommitment to buying Black owned items and
Yeah.
from purchasing from Black owned businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, it just feels good. We make like a pledge to
Mm-hmm.
spend a particular amount of money or a percentage each year through the
Yeah.
year, as a
Right.
family with Black-owned businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And it just sometimes it takes a little research and
Right. Yeah.
it's not always
Yeah.
convenient to find a
Yeah.
directory of where we all are. But
That's
if you
right.
take some time and
Mm-hmm.
prepare,
Right.
you can certainly find vendors. We have been purchasing our items of late from the Charles H. Wright African American Museum,
Oh,
um,
awesome.
in Detroit. So
Mhm.
will you catch our global viewers up on what we've been talking about, please?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. So, Coach Tisha et moi, nous sommes en train de parler de comment est-ce que nous pouvons supporter nos frères et sœurs qui ont des business et qui ont des boutiques africaines, juste pour leur montrer cette responsabilité. Comment est-ce que nous devons supporter les gens qui ont des business. Et c'est plus important surtout de prendre le temps de connaître c'est quoi les produits que mes frères et sœurs sont en train de vendre. Comme ça, nous pouvons le supporter. Et puis, tu peux chercher aussi en ligne. Tu peux commander en ligne juste pour célébrer chaque année Kwanzaa. Mais surtout, le plus important, c'est de soutenir tes frères et sœurs, que ce soit autour de toi, que ce soit en ligne. Mais prends le temps de connaître toutes les boutiques en ligne. Ou bien si tu as besoin de connaître encore ces adresses ou bien ces personnes, nous sommes là pour vous aider, pour que vous puissiez vous connecter avec toutes ces personnes qui sont en train de vendre dans les différentes boutiques, que ce soit en ligne ou bien physiquement, parce que c'est important de se soutenir et surtout d'être là. C'est ça une responsabilité, en fait, que ce soit dans la communauté ou bien dans le business.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have Robin Wilson who's joining us from LinkedIn, and she gives the comment she's learned something. In this
Oh,
case, she is the daughter of Charlene, Vondale, Narvel, and Betty. I remember that she wrote a piece of literature
okay.
about the women that came before her. And Robin, if you have an opportunity to send us a link in the comments, please do that.
Mm-hmm.
We want to celebrate who we
Yeah,
are from,
absolutely.
you know, and where we come from. So thank
Mm-hmm.
you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Willie Johnson says we should all do this and support Black-owned businesses, support one another.
Yeah,
And
I
oh,
agree.
look here, we have Tanisha Molden coming in with the French. Très
Oh,
bien.
très bien,
Merci.
merci. Merci beaucoup, Tanisha.
Oh, I love it. I'm very interested in what our viewers have to say about the preparations that they've been making
Yeah.
for their Kwanzaa celebration and the
Mm-hmm.
meditation that comes along with that, and how they're incorporating their children
Right.
into the learning, because this really is about creating roots and branches, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
That's
and
right.
making sure we understand our African roots, and that
Mm-hmm.
we understand that there are African American branches. Pan
Right.
African is, I don't want to create words here, but the idea of Pan African is that it's Africans around the world.
Yeah, and
We
African roots for different generation. And at the end, guys, on the 7th day, we're gonna give you, some name for books and resources, so you can be able to also purchase for your children and grandchildren. That could be those good gifts where you're passing on the legacy. You don't have to wait until you don't have enough strength to teach them anymore. We want you to start now, starting your own legacy now, and join us, because that's definitely the last day. We're gonna share all the resources and different store and different things that you guys can be able to stay with and really continue your own legacy in your home.
Oh, I love that. I don't want to wait till the last day, but yes, we will wait till the last day.
Yeah.
But the resources.
Mm-hmm.
So when I think of Kwanzaa and the things that we're going to share on day 7,
Right.
which we're almost halfway there, Coach. Um, Music, the
Yes.
different songs that we can be playing
Mm-hmm.
each day, different websites and channels, and maybe even directories of businesses. Who knows what we'll come up with?
Who knows what will come with? Yes, absolutely. Because me, I love to dance, so definitely. And that's one thing I didn't share with you, Coach Tisha. In my summer, in my summer time with my nieces and nephew, I used to definitely teach African dance, Swahili songs. I used to,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. So I used to lead this youth leadership program in summer, and that was my favorite time with my nieces and also, students from high school where I was to work in a school system. I used to have fun because they would write poetry. We would translate those poetry in different languages. At the end, they're going to write something very special, like somebody will be their favorite teacher or the parents, something about them, so they can be able to post and on the wall because they used to live on campus the whole summer, and the last day was when the parents come. They will be able to see all the hard work. It was amazing, and we did some demonstration and dancing for them. They were very very happy to do that because it really brings them close to Africa and the experience itself. They used to like that.
It's something about music,
Mm-hmm.
song, and dance that is
Yes.
primal. That if you've never been like me, I've never been to Africa. My husband has been to South Africa and Botswana, and I'm just like, I want to go.
Well, that will change very soon.
Yes,
Guys, Dr. Tisha, she's going to come for next year.
yes,
God willing.
I I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
When you encounter African beats, drums, particular instruments, certain sounds,
Mm-hmm.
certain calls,
Right.
um, and then you see certain dances, even if you've never heard them or experienced them before, even if you've never danced that certain way, something inside me says that's home.
That's
That's
home.
home.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I'm
That
not
is,
the only one who feels that way. I'm pretty
yeah.
positive about it. So hopefully people are enjoying the drumming that we introduced this week's show with. And
Yeah.
we have Willie Johnson here who says he'd love to go to Africa. You could
Oh,
probably do a
awesome.
radio show from there, Willie. Yeah.
Awesome. Then that's good. Then we're gonna really prepare all of that so we can be able to bringing you guys, because that's one of the things we do in With You Solution. We help you to map out your blueprint and making sure your business really has a place also global. You have a global presence. So we can help you to do that really, and many of you.
My. I believe this is Robin Wilson again. She says she loves music and
Oh,
poetry, and she says it in French, right?
yes, you did. Good job, Robin.
Well, Mary Wells is coming with us to Africa, Coach Jeanine, okay?
Guess what? It's a group trip, guys. I can't wait.
It's a group trip. Oh my
Yes.
God. The things
Mhm.
that we can do if we just speak with someone who is going in that direction, who has been there, who has the
Mhm.
mind to do it, and to bring you along. You mentioned earlier in the show, Coach, about lifting one another up, you know,
Yes.
and that's really what this is. So Robin Wilson is coming with us to Africa. That's Willie
Oh
Johnson.
yeah.
We got Mary Wells. We got plenty of people. And
Yes, it's a group trip. Yes, it is.
right, group trip. Tell us in the chat if you're coming to the Congo, and
Mm-hmm.
Congo 2022.
Yes.
Who knows
Hey,
when? But
we
we're
are.
we're we're
We
putting
are.
that out there.
Yes, we are. We start planning.
Yeah, and now that we've said that, now we have to work together to
Yes,
affect that and take responsibility for our part in making sure that it happens. That's Ujima, right? Not
absolutely.
not
That's
leaving it
Ujima.
all to you because
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned
Mm-hmm.
it, but
Yes.
creating this together and
That's right.
solving the challenges that might come from it and
Mm-hmm. Right.
providing the solutions. I mean, this principle of Kwanzaa is about solutions, and how interesting that word is in the name of your company.
That's right. We provide solution. And that's what I'm saying, guys. There's so many responsibility, and that's what we're doing today. Making sure we're bringing all these wonderful people and making sure that they are all along with us. That's our responsibility. Coach T said, now we're bringing you along. We're opening up all these doors, not for us only, but for everybody, because we understand when you win, we will win as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we're only starting with Congo, but we're gonna go around, guys. We are global. Don't remember, you will be featured in 55 country plus. So that's another one too. In Umoja Mag, it's coming, guys. Connect with me, connect with Coach Tisha. We will definitely bring you with us.
Awesome. Well, Charles is coming with us from Georgia.
Yes. Thank you, Carl.
All right. Well, this has been excellent. We want to encourage people to subscribe to
Yeah.
Coach Jeanine's YouTube channel. That's Empowering You TV. Please
Mhm.
subscribe to Tisha Hammond, the Small Business Cheerleader Pep Talk on YouTube as well. And go
Yeah.
ahead and follow Coach Jeanine over on Instagram, Empowering You TV. She makes it pretty easy to find her.
Yeah.
Empowering You TV is a good place to look. I'm on
Mhm.
Instagram at Access Pass Media. And then over on Facebook, you
Mhm.
have a group. What
Yeah.
happens in that group, Coach?
So what happened in the group with Empowering You TV, we do connect just like here. We do connect, we do share resources, we empower one another, and we collaborate. That's another place where you go, you want your business to go global. You come to us and we really set you up and make sure that we match you with a partner so you can be able to really experience sisterhood and leadership together because we understand Umoja is the power of one. So we're all coming together.
Mm,
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
it is. I am enjoying the conversation. I'm enjoying the language that's being introduced here to the Global Pep Squad. So I'm looking forward to more of this tomorrow. Do you want to catch the global audience up before we head on out of the show today?
Bien sûr, yes. So, nous sommes en train de finir cette émission aujourd'hui, moi et Coach Tisha. On a parlé de beaucoup de choses, mais surtout, Ujima, c'est la responsabilité que nous avons prise, moi et Coach Tisha. Nous sommes en train de parler de ça parce que nous célébrons le troisième jour de Kwanzaa, qui signifie tout simplement la responsabilité, même dans le business, que ce soit dans nos communautés. Et nous avons parlé de plusieurs exemples. Nous avons parlé comment est-ce que nous allons emmener des gens avec nous dans ce voyage, que ce soit en Afrique, mais plus précisément au Congo, parce que je suis du Congo. Mais sinon, on est là pour te soutenir, que ce soit dans le business ou bien que ce soit dans n'importe quel genre de business que tu veux, que nous puissions t'accompagner. Nous sommes là parce que ce n'est pas seulement nous, mais c'est pas seulement moi, mais c'est nous. On est une communauté, on est une famille. C'est pour ça qu'aujourd'hui, nous voulons partager cela avec vous et merci beaucoup de se joindre à nous aujourd'hui et on va se voir aussi demain. Merci.
All right. Well, I appreciate you being here, Coach. Thank you for spending this week with us. This
Thank
is
you,
a massive commitment to take time out of your very busy schedule to blend and merge our communities and
Yes,
to really talk about community at large. This is a topic that is incredibly important to me, and I'm
absolutely.
glad that I don't have to talk about it alone here in the
Yes,
studio.
yes.
So,
Absolutely. And that's to me, I would rather be here definitely sharing and making sure that everybody really understand how our journey on this really came together and how it's just so natural to us because that's who we are. We are really here to empower them, to lift them up together with us. So I can't wait for tomorrow and many, many more few days together.
oh yes, we will have that. Let's close out with some of that great drumming, and we'll try it again tomorrow.
Oui, oui.